Good morning, all my beautiful patrons. Today we're going to be doing this fall-themed cup cozy, and it is done out of felt, and you have an elastic that goes around a button that you sew on, and I have a little gem here just to add that little added touch and to cover up the seam of the elastic. So this is what it looks like. It fits these type of cups, which are like the type of cups you get when you go to a coffee stand or coffee shop, the to-go cups. I have plastic ones that I use that are reusable that I found at Dollar Tree a while back, and because we don't go to coffee shops, so we do everything from home, and which is nice to have a reusable one that you can just, wash and reuse again. So this is what it looks like. It can be adjusted to whatever size you need. I give you the basic template, and if you need it to be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, you can easily just add a little bit to this pattern, but this is a standard size and it fits your standard size cup, so you should be okay with it. And you're just going to need a few supplies, whatever decoration you're using, a sheet of felt and a button, and this elastic is just a hair tie that you get a bundle of them from Dollar Tree, and then whatever you're going to use to hide the seam of the elastic. I used a gem. So they're really super simple, and there's no sewing involved. You just have a hot glue gun, and I think it turned out really nice. So I wanted to go ahead and share it with you. For supplies, I'm going to go ahead and get to the tutorial now, and I hope you guys like it. Okay, so the things that you're going to need are you're going to need your felt. So I have chosen just some orange felt. Like I have mentioned before, you can get this really cheap at Walmart. It's 23 cents a sheet. So you can choose whatever color that you want for your cup cozy. They had a variety of different colors, so you want to choose whatever felt you're going to use. You're going to need the pattern, which I will provide a copy of this, and you'll be able just to download it and print it. You're going to need whatever kind of decoration that you're going to be using. You could use pretty much anything you wanted. You could use like the multi-packs of leaves from the Dollar Tree, like what I did on my silverware pockets. You could do something similar to that. You could crochet little appliques. You could, cut little appliques out of felt. But I'm going to be using these today just simply because I already have them on hand. So these are also from Dollar Tree, and there are 20 count of felt leaves, and I just thought that they would be really nice. So I chose this one. And I'm just going to go with red just to kind of contrast the orange a little bit. You're also going to need a hair tie, elastic hair tie, preferably one that kind of matches whatever color scheme you're going with. I have this brown on hand, and I think it'll be just fine. And you can find multi-packs of these at Dollar Tree. And we're just going to cut it up and use it for the elastic for the button closure. So always keep that in mind, that you can use hair elastics for that. So you're going to need whatever type of button you're going to be using. I have a couple different buttons here. These are just for my button bin. I have a huge coffee tin full of buttons, and I just, I collect buttons whenever I can find them, and I add them to that tin. That way I always have a variety of different styles when I need them. So these are just a couple. You could choose anything, any type of button. You could go to Walmart and find decorative buttons. If you could get the hold of like the leaf shaped buttons, that would be really nice, or pumpkin shaped buttons. But this is what I got on hand right now. I did have some leaf ones, but my daughter got a hold of them, and all I have are the really tiny ones left. So choose whatever type of button you're going to be using. And I have a cutting mat out, but you're really not going to need it unless you're using a rotary cutter. So you're going to need your scissors and a glue stick, or a glue gun and glue sticks. And we're going to go ahead and cut out our little pattern here. And this style of cup cozy is going to fit a cup that's similar to like the cups you would get like at Starbucks or something like that. So it'll fit like a full size 16-ounce coffee cup, or travel cup is what I mean. And don't worry, because I do have a crochet version that's probably going to go up the same time this one is, that will fit like a teacup. So I wanted to give you a variety of different styles. So we're going to go ahead and cut this out of our felt. You could use pins if you wanted. I think I'm just going to go ahead and freehand it. But since it's felt, we don't have any directions or anything. If you were going to do this out of fabric, you would obviously need to have a seam allowance and all of that good stuff. But this is, just a quick project. Okay, so this should be what you have so far. Just want to make sure it's nice and neat. And you want to decide where you're going to put your decoration. I'm thinking I'm going to put it right in the center. That way when you close it, this will be on the outside of the cup, and the button closure will kind of be facing you, however you want to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and hot glue mine in place. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half and find my center point, and I know that that's where I want my decoration to be centered. So I'm going to go ahead and hot glue that down. And since this is already pre-cut and everything, I really don't have to do too much to it other than just place it where I want to go. So just like that. And this is a super easy project, and it would be great for the craft fair, like I was telling you in the beginning. And I think that you could, whip up quite a bit to be able to sell. So, and it's also, a nice little decoration for personal use too. So here comes the point where we're going to sew our button on. So you'll need to get your thread out and your needle. And I just chose thread that matched my button. So I have a brown button, so I chose brown thread. And I think I'm going to go with a smaller button. So I'm going to put my button on the end that doesn't have the notch cut out of it. So So I'm just going to center that button up on that end. And I'm just going to sew it into place. So once your button's secure, you're just going to tie it off in a knot. And then go ahead and cut it. And then we're going to work on our elastic. So we're just going to cut that metal piece off. And then we need to figure out how big of a loop that we need. So I'm gonna cut mine at 2 inches. And then we're gonna hot glue that on into place. And we need to glue that directly in the center and kind of in a little bit because we want it to be snug around our cup. So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue right there on those ends and then a dab right there and then push it down. And then we're going to take our gem and we're going to put it right on top. So go ahead and put the hot glue on your gem and then put it right on the seam of that elastic. So just like that. And we're going to go ahead and let that dry. Okay, so this is what it should look like when you're done. It fits one of these size cups, which is also kind of the same style that you would get if you go to any of the coffee shops. But I use reusable ones. So you have your leaf and your cover sits perfectly. You have your elastic and your button. So I think they're really cute, and I think they would make great sellers. So if you were to use different decorations, I think it would be really cute. So, and you know, it serves its purpose, which is to, you know, keep your hands from getting burnt on your hot coffee or hot tea. And I really like them. So, and I think that they, you know, would be nice for anybody who wants to just add that little bit of fall decoration to whatever they're doing to their daily lives. And I hope you guys like it and have a great day.